Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Welcome to another episode of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson. Thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. I got another list of news articles to go through, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. Microsoft plans to bring back classic franchises such as Banjo-Kazooie, Battletoads, Viva Pinata, and more someday, according to Microsoft Studios creative director Ken Lobb. Will there ever be another Banjo, Viva, Blast Corps, Battletoads? Yeah, someday, Lobb said during an interview on the Inner Circle podcast. Lobb added that there is a lot of passion for these franchises internally at Microsoft. Lobb emphasizes the importance of building games people love by digging back into older IP while also developing more recent sequels. However, he wants to make sure Microsoft is able to find developers that are passionate about each IP, saying, "The best games come from teams that really want to build something." The creative director also praised Xbox head Phil Spencer's understanding of an IP value. Not just in terms of, let's go make a new one every year, but in terms of, let's go think about the portfolio and what makes the most sense at the right time. Rumors about popular Rare franchises returning have circulated following Microsoft's trademark filing for Battletoads, and Rare's composer teasing a huge year for the developer. According to Lobb, Microsoft secured the trademark because it knows the title holds value. Does that mean it's coming this year? No. Does it mean it'll never come out? Absolutely not. Another franchise Lobb spoke of was the spiritual successor to GoldenEye, Perfect Dark. We have these discussions all the time about, hey, what should we bring back? Perfect Dark and Jonah Dark is in that discussion a lot. Lobb did clarify at this time a Perfect Dark game is not in development. He did, however, suggest if the series were to return, it would possibly be a third-person shooter or stealth game. He added he would like to see more of a focus on story and the game's protagonist, Jonah Dark. There are many franchises in the Rare library. Not only, Banjo-Kazooie, Viva Pinata, but there are other ones that weren't even listed here. I know for sure one was Conker. And we all know Conker has come up for the little Project Spark thing that they got going on for the Xbox One and PC. The only issue I have with this stuff, some of these games will only be coming to the Xbox One, and maybe to, if we're lucky, PC at some point. Now, some of these franchises that were listed, the Battletoads, which does have its own cult following, although enough that people would go out and buy it because they do have good memories of the games. Well, I guess kind of good memories. Now, a lot of these games, of course, people would like to see return to maybe like a HD remastering or actual being made a sequel into the new generation. But does it mean we'll see it right away? Probably not. I mean, Microsoft has a lot on its plate right now. I mean, could it work on some of these titles? Yeah, of course they could. An image allegedly displaying all the loot that will be included in the upcoming House of Wolves expansion for Destiny showed up on Reddit. The image reportedly originates from 4chan user Matt W. Gordon, who compiled the info from multiple data mining sites. According to the image, the House of Wolves expansion will have 3 new story missions, 2 new strikes, and 1 new raid titled The Arena, putting it in line with the recently released Dark Below expansion. 4 new Crucible maps will also be included: Thieves' Den on Venus, Black Shield on Phobos, Widow's Court on Earth, and the Timekeeper on Mars. Interestingly, there are also new game modes titled Hardcore and Inferno shown, which modify existing modes, making it so that there are no trackers and only kills earn points. In terms of items, the various vendors will receive new pieces of armor, much like they did with the release of the Dark Below. There are 37 new ships listed as well. The new raid includes a full set of new armor for each class, as well as 9 new legendary weapons. 2 new exotic weapons, a scout rifle called 347 Vista Dynasty, and a shotgun called Lord of Wolves are also shown. 347 Vista Dynasty has 2 modifiers: Goliath, which causes non-precision kills to temporarily increase the player's armor stat, and David, which causes precision kills to temporarily boost agility. Lord of Wolves only has 1 modifier, Devil's Touch, which can cause targets to light on fire after rapid hits. Finally, there are 3 new exotic pieces of armor for each class. I know that I have been waiting and trying to get this 4 Horsemen shotgun from the Dark Below expansion. But if all this extra content that was leaked is true, there's going to be a lot more additional stuff people are going to be going after. I mean, we got additional story missions, new strikes, a new raid, new Crucible maps, new items, new exotic items, new weapons, new pieces of armor. They just keep adding more and more stuff. I mean, we all know how rare some of these exotic items can be, and not exactly everyone is hopping over to try out the raids because of how much of a pain in the butt they can be. But I am liking the way that this shotgun, the Lord of Wolves, sounds. And yes, I do like the way it sounds because, you know, I mostly play with a shotgun on Destiny. Well, when I'm not using the hand cannon. Far Cry 4's first bit of post-launch DLC arrives, giving the players the opportunity to put their skills to the test. The Escape from Durgish Prison add-on tasks players with breaking out of confinement and taking on Yuma's forces in a final standoff. The DLC puts AJ and Herc behind bars and stripped of their gear. Completing objectives is the only way to earn and upgrade gear. Players get 1 shot at escaping because permadeath is in effect. The Escape from Durgish Prison add-on is out on Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PC. It's available as part of the $29.99 Season Pass or individually for $9.99. Well, here we got another piece of DLC for Far Cry 4. This time, you're breaking out of a prison, which sounds like it can be fun, especially for the Far Cry 4 game. I mean, especially if you're accidentally getting help from, say, other animals, and who knows what kind of environments you can take advantage of. So if you got the Season Pass, go ahead and pick this up and check it out. Otherwise, if you want to get it individually, it's just $9.99. I mean, you could probably buy worse things for that much. Bad news, GTA fans. The PC release has been delayed by approximately 2 months. The title was originally announced for a launch date of January 27th, but will now be arriving in March. Our apologies for the slight shift in the date, but the game requires a few extra weeks of testing and polish to make it as good as it can be, the studio says. Moving a release date is never a decision we take lightly, and is a choice we make only when we know it is best in the interest of the game and our fans. Grand Theft Auto Online will support 30 players on PC. It will launch alongside Grand Theft Auto 5 on March 24th. This won't delay the release of online heists on other platforms though. Those are planned for the upcoming weeks. GTA 5 on PC sports 4K resolution and NVIDIA 3D vision as well as triple monitor displays. So yes, this is some bad news for Grand Theft Auto 5 fans, especially those who want to play it on the PC. It's getting pushed back 2 more months, and so far just 2 more months. It's not going to be another additional year. And on the plus side, this does not push back the release of the online heists that they have planned. It's only the PC version of the game. The studio themselves say that they don't like making a release date being pushed back, but they only do it when they have to. At least that's what I'm getting from this little quote that they have. They have their best interests for the game and their fans, which a lot of companies should be doing with games being released. I mean, with GTA 5 on the PC, you got to be extra careful and got to make sure it's 100% ready to be released. In April 2013, developer Harmonix ended a 281-week run of new DLC on the Rock Band store. And although it seemed that it was the end of the streak, Harmonix announced just a new set of songs almost 2 years later. The new content comprises a 3-pack of songs: Are You Mine by Arctic Monkeys, Something from Nothing from Foo Fighters' recent album Sonic Highways, and Shepherd of Fire by Avenged Sevenfold. As was the case with Harmonix's earlier DLC, all 3 new songs will be playable for both Rock Band 3 and the rhythm-based Rock Band Blitz, according to a Harmonix press release. We had an amazing opportunity to add new content to the already massive Rock Band library with a song from Arctic Monkeys, a band that's never been in a Rock Band title before, as well as new music from fan favorites Avenged Sevenfold and Foo Fighters. Harmonix PR and communications lead Nick Chester told IGN. We couldn't pass this up, so we wanted to see if we could still do it. Turns out we can. It's sort of like riding a bike. The content is priced at $2 per song on both Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It's unclear whether Harmonix will continue to update the Rock Band store from this point on. When asked what the new DLC means for possible future additions to the Rock Band catalog, a Harmonix representative responded, "Let's not get ahead of ourselves." Has it really been 2 years since Harmonix released any DLC for Rock Band? Because I thought they released, or at least it was either Rock Band or Guitar Hero World Tour, either had some DLC, so I don't think it's been 2 years. I thought it was a lot sooner than that. I'm glad that they are trying to release additional DLC for this stuff, because Harmonix did say that they would want to try to bring a Rock Band into the new generation of gaming systems. They could be adding more songs that they could add on for whenever they decide to make another Rock Band. Now, it says here, the Harmonix representative said, "Let's not get ahead of ourselves, because they might not be putting out that many songs as much as you might want. They might be trying out a few at a time, like this, like a 3-pack at a time." Impress the crowd and stun your opponents with these new moves from WWE 2K15's latest DLC pack. The DLC offering packs in 30 moves for $3.99, including an alternate version of Sister Abigail, the gut-rich suplex, rack attack, running knee smash, and Uso crazy and spinning powerbomb as popularized by Jimmy and Jey Uso. Similar to December's WCW Wrestlers, this new moves pack is not part of the game's Season Pass, which only encompasses Diva Page, access to the Accelerator, and the 3 2K Showcase stories. The DLC is available for all versions of the game on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. Now, I always look forward to when these new move packs come out. Mostly when they are part of the Season Pass, but this one isn't. Just like the WCW Wrestlers, and I think there's like one other DLC thing that's supposed to be out or did come out that wasn't part of the Season Pass. This you can get separately for $3.99. And it does include over, I think, 30 moves. Yeah, 30 moves, including the Usos, I guess, crazy spinning powerbomb thing, an alternate version of Sister Abigail, running knee smash, which I think is Daniel Bryan's moves. But I always use these for additional moves for the create a wrestler character. And this is coming out for all the major systems that the game is on. The PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox One, and Xbox 360. Well, that's it for this episode of Action Video Game Talk. Once again, thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. I will have the separate clips up later on if you want to go check those out. Down below, I will have the Facebook link if you want to go and check that out as well. So, until next time, bye!